right, and thanks for tuning back in to ESQ-Astro, where we lay down the daily collective in an Egyptian fashion. Kemetic is what I would use, but most people aren't familiar with that term. But we do use the Egyptian tarot and the gods of Egypt to clarify. So we're going to get into today's collective spread. It is a collective read, no particular sign should or can resonate with it. Any sign can actually. So you guys, thanks for tuning in. We do all shuffles live on camera, no card trickery or uh, fake magic over here, as I call it. So, yeah. But thank y'all for tuning in. It is Sunday, so we will lay out that first seven cards for the first 7 days of the week. See how things are going to be lining up this week, which is a very powerful week as we head to the summer solstice and get ready for that official start of the summer next Sunday, a week from today. Okay, so we call in the ancestors. We call in my spirit guides and the Most High to guide the reading. You call in whoever you need to so that you get the clearest message. I'll also have the overview in the shorts where you can go ahead and use your own interpretation or deeper interpretation to see what else the cards may be saying to you personally. All right, and with mind, body, and soul, we lead with the Temperance card. Upright, okay. Now, he came out upright yesterday in a very, very interesting position, and I'm not surprised that it came back out today in that upright as well, because this is how we're starting the week, okay? On a higher ground, balancing things, using our insight, as well as our own methodologies to kind of move things in the right direction. We may be doing some course correction this week, so just be mindful of that. Next card coming out is, yes, the Justice upright. Now, Justice came out in the upright to end the reading. I'm sorry, in the reversal yesterday to end the reading. So for it to come out in the upright today, it definitely shows that this person in the place of temperance is definitely in a particular place of humbleness, but also, again, course correction, where justice is going to be served. Next card coming out is the Star card upright. Okay. So Star card, yeah, somebody's being exalted. I mean, it's been coming. It's been building up. But this is that week where somebody truly gets back out there in their star power and really, really amplifies something that's kind of been brewing, but really amplifies the justice that's coming in to be served and put them back in a place of power. This could also be a very, very golden opportunity coming in with the Star card, because we've been getting the Empress card in the upright a few readings, and that's a golden opportunity amongst you. So with the Star card coming upright and all cards being upright so far, yeah, this is definitely that moment in time where things are turning around for you. Next card coming out is the Empress. See, I can't make this stuff up. You know, the cards don't lie. The Empress is there. A golden opportunity is laid out for you this week. And I would say by Wednesday, Thursday, you'll know exactly what that is. And it'll present itself, I would say, in an unknown way. It may be from somebody that you're not even thinking about, or somebody that you may not even know. But again, it's definitely the justice is turning all of that around for you. So again, this is kind of odd for all four of the first cards to come out upright. So I would say this is a direct, straightforward reading. And this is the week where if things have been going in a particular way and you just haven't seen the light's coming this week for sure. Next card coming out is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, so but somebody's fortune is being reversed. Somebody who hasn't had it is about to have it. Somebody who has it, hey, you may want to take this again, like yesterday's reading, as a fair warning to, things may not be in a place where they're going to continue to go good. So we need to start to prepare for a downswing. Okay. So, but I don't think that's what's happening. I think somebody was, down on their luck maybe. And this is the week that it all turns around and again gives them what they need to succeed. Next card is the Hangman upright. Yep. So this is somebody sticking to their guns. This is somebody standing on their square, truly holding it down with their star power and again getting justice to where again now I can fall back, I can be in a position to where I'm kind of sticking to my guns and don't have to uh, make sucker moves, as we would say. Sometimes people are forced into positions where they feel they have to do certain things, or they allow things to fester and go on too long, and then it ends up wasting time to where now you're forced to do something in haste as opposed to again using your time wisely. And that's definitely going to come into play here. I definitely see things are going to be timely. So again, as Temperance came out at the top of the reading today, yesterday we had the Chariot and then the Fool reverse. So that was about taking your time, pacing yourself. And this week is definitely going to be showing that if you can follow that model. Next card coming out is the High Priestess in reverse. Okay. So this could be some enlightenment coming in. We got our first two reversals in that second row, which is going to complete that 7-day cycle. So we got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. So that High Priestess in reverse, again, that could be wise counsel coming in. That could be something that you're not seeing when it comes to the hierarchy of your spiritual counsel, that maybe you would need to seek counsel by the end of that week, or get a true identification of maybe turning somebody's judgment or somebody's view around. High Priestess also in reverse can show an imbalance in the spiritual sector. Okay. So we always want to be aware of that, especially with the Hangman right before it. We want to make sure that, again, when we get into that position to plot, plan, strategize, and just be in the place of contention where we're still, reaching towards that happiness, that again we use that hierarchy of wisdom. I would say definitely the divine feminine aspect. To manifest, to make sure that we are bringing forth the right energy. Because again, the High Priestess is going to clarify the Star card and the Empress card. They're both upright, but the High Priestess is reverse. Okay. So let's not get too big headed. Something can happen where, again, that Star card is activated, golden opportunity, Wheels of Fortune reverse. You become the Hangman, but now again, we start to do things that are not of our character, that are not wise, or that are not in alignment with our supposed spirituality. So we have to be aware of these things that can trigger us to act out of character, or maybe even to be around people who are not in the best character to influence us to do things that are not of our character. So we must always be in pursuit of Iwapelek, okay, which is just good character, okay, because your character is something people never forget. People never forget how you treated them, and people never forget your character and how it, came across to them. So it's always good to be true to yourself. But again, we wear different masks based upon the sectors of society that we work through. You don't act the same with people you just meet as you would act with your family. At least some people don't. Some people are just that transparent where they show everybody the same face, and I don't know how that works for them, but I wouldn't recommend that. You have to know there's a time and a place for everything, and your character should be multifaceted. But I guess that's me being a Gemini rising, understanding duality or the triplicity that goes along with that, as well as understanding different parts of you and where your character applies in certain areas in a particular context, and it doesn't in other areas. Like I'm a DJ, so things I do when I DJ don't really coincide with things I do when I'm doing astrology or tarot. You know what I mean? They do in a way when it comes to timing, but again, it's unpredictability. Even though I use my third eye to kind of predict cards, just how I predicted. Didn't predict it, but was just talking about how the Empress card was coming out in the upright, and then it comes right out after the Star card. So again, we have to be able to adjust And when we're not adjustable, we can find ourselves in a box, or we can find ourselves falling under stale influence of things, again, that are not really within our character. All right, so those are the first 7 days of the week. You can start on Monday or Sunday. I start on Sunday because to me that is the first day of the week in my calendar. Okay, so and that's why the Sabbath is that rest day, because it is that seventh day that we rest. All right. So next card coming out is the Emperor upright. Yeah. So this some alignment taking place. I'm not gonna be surprised if the Sun card comes out at top, because again, dominant upright reading, and the energy is all about of some forward movement. Everything that's looking upright is looking to the right. So things are about to start going right if they've been going left, or been going wrong. So just keep that in mind. So Emperor card coming out after the High Priestess. Again, I would say make sure you're standing your ground, stand on your square, because again, that Emperor card is clarifying the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Hangman. So again, make sure that we're making good decisions, making good plans, and again, not sharing these things with the wrong people, because sometimes you can tell people something and you just don't know. They don't have the best energy for what you may be trying to manifest when it comes to your world and what you're doing. Next thing coming out is the World card in reverse. Yeah, so with the World and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I would say this week is a big change coming. And it could be financially abundance, especially with Venus now in Leo. And then by the end of the month, we'll have Jupiter in Leo. And when Jupiter and Venus are in a sign together, especially a sign like Leo, cha-ching, watch out. That is the sign of generosity. That is the sign of good fortune when it comes to gambling, having speculations, even investing in stocks, crypto, or any type of thing that has to do with money. And again, Leo is that sign ruled by the sun. So there's some divinity within the things that'll be happening within that Leo season when it comes about. But when Jupiter moves into Leo and Venus is still there, we definitely have a nice gap of time that I'll talk about more as we get closer to it. That's going to put you guys in some good lucky space if you gamble, speculate, are looking for jobs, or looking for any type of upgrades in your life, especially when it comes to things like again, sports, anything that has to do with beauty, fashion as well. Okay. So that Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I'm sorry, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse plus the World in reverse. Yeah, big changes coming this week. And again, this could involve travel with the Wheel in reverse plus the World in reverse. Definitely could involve some travel that is sparked by this Wheel being reversed. Again, we plotting, planning, strategizing, talking to higher counsel, or maybe not. Okay, but again, standing on our square, being solid in our decision, and that's going to bring about that change we've been looking for, which again can spark travel or some new movement that you may have not seen coming. Card to top off the reading is the Death card. Yep. So something's definitely coming to an end. After the World card in reverse comes, we get the Death. Again, dominant upright reading, so it's pretty straightforward. But I would say that's definitely letting you know a big change is coming, where something's ending and something new is beginning, or there's a rebirth of something. Okay. Now we are in that pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is somebody old, okay, coming back in the present. And it could just be an old friend. It could be, something that you again never expected or saw coming, but there's a big change coming within this particular person or situation that's coming about or ending to be reborn in a different way. Okay. A lot of divine masculine energy in the reading, even though the divine feminine is present, but most of the upright energy is all divine masculine. So I would definitely say divine masculine is being exalted, but again, justice being a divine feminine card, you may be exalted and freed or put in a better place situation by this feminine justice coming in to ignite your star power. And again, that's going to present a golden opportunity where your wheel of fortune is going to change around. You're definitely going to have a change in fortune this week. And then again, this can put you in a place of contention. It may not be the happiest place, but it's definitely a place where you can kind of hold and maintain and analyze things, and start making some decisions on how we're going to move forward. Again, counsel may be necessary with the high priestess in reverse. Okay. But with the high priestess in reverse, again, we want to be very mindful of who we're seeking this counsel from. Okay, if we even do seek the counsel, I believe it's all within you at the end of the day. Counsel is just there to clarify when the choice is not clear, but I believe the choice is pretty clear here. Emperor, again, a businessman standing on business, sitting on his throne upright and focused in the direction of moving things forward. And this is where I'm going to place the bottom of the deck once I flip it. And the emperor will be looking right at that. So I'll definitely take key of what the emperor will be focused on, because again, the emperor is focused in the direction of forward movement to the right, which is the righteous path. The world coming right after the emperor, again, that change is imminent, and it may be a reversal of change. You may be going back to somewhere that you used to live or used to go to, and you haven't been there in a while. Okay, so this could be travel coming in, definite change of plans when it comes to certain things, and ultimately, again, that's bringing the death of something to reborn something, or again, killing one thing also that a new life can be born or something new can come in. All right. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit card in reverse. So we got the Hermit card in reverse yesterday. Okay. So again, this is about somebody popping back out. Somebody's not in, they're not in introvert mode anymore. They're in extrovert mode. They're being resurrected. That's what I would say, especially with the death card coming out and then that card coming out right after. And that's what you can't see coming. You can't see your resurrection coming. But again, anything that's not alive is dead. And where there's death, there's always life. Because again, nothing truly dies. We just change forms and again, live on in a different form or return in a different form. Go ahead and clarify with the gods of Egypt. I'm loving this reading as far as how the week builds up. Especially with the 3 top clarifiers of the week, definitely letting us know this is a big week for some great things to happen. The energy is definitely setting up for the solstice, for Cancer season to come in. And like I said yesterday, when Cancer season comes in, we're dealing with a water sign. So we're dealing with the current, we're dealing with currency. We have the new moon in Gemini today, which is resetting everything. This is the only super moon of the year, okay? That is a super new moon. Okay, the other super moons are only full moons. So the super new moon in Gemini is very rare. Okay, and this is a time of letting things go, or being real with things and just finding out, the duality that you're dealing with, or the triplicity that Gemini can sometimes provide, just based upon Gemini being that sign of the twins, but also of the split personalities, and that third sign, which represents the number 3, which again can bring in that triplicity as well as that duality. So just keep in mind, we are at the end of Gemini season this last week here. So certain things can come in, especially communication, which Gemini rules. Certain things with learning can definitely be at play. And we definitely want to be aware as Gemini rules our community, also our commerce, and the way that we communicate to actually make money. Okay. So, Gods of Egypt clarifier is, the Union and Power card, Sobek. Okay. So that card in the upright, okay, is definitely saying that there's again some type of reset here. There's there's a definite changing of the guard in some way. The tables may be turning in certain relationships where you may have been at a disadvantage, you may now have the advantage, or you may be coming into union and power with something that gives you ultimate advantage based upon the death and rebirth that comes. And again, you getting back out there and getting out of hermit mode. So again, this could be a divine partnership in business, as well as a divine partnership, in personal, intimate relationship.